Look at this wave state. Look what Neferi's going to be missing out here if he helps you gank this. So, like, as a mid laner, you would never want your jungler to gank right now because you have half a kill's worth of minions. Yeah, and it becomes almost like a 2v2 because those creeps, if they attack you, you're going to lose a bit of health. So it's just a super unoptimized gank. Don't think you need game reviews like this from a coach? Well, if you think you're good enough to climb to your rank goal without needing any coaching like this, please sign up for a profile review and let me be the judge of that. I'll give you advice, tips, and everything you need to know whether or not you can reach your rank goal this season. Let's get back into the video. So what does that invade say to you?
That they are warding.
Yeah. So what are you going to do?
I still start red.
Okay.
I start Raptors, red. Do I start red Raptors?
Okay, so you're okay with them knowing exactly where you start?
Yeah, because I figure since they all warded, the Hecarim is also starting blue.
Okay. Bel'Veth's got pretty good clear with that key.
Yeah. She can, with it, you can get the entire camp pretty quick. This is the first time I've played her in quite a while.
Yeah. Okay, cool. We haven't looked at any lane states yet.
Nope.
So between camps, we should be doing that. Like all 3 lane states from Raptors to red, you got about 2 seconds there. Here again, see this pathing, and you should be pathing the red towards the Krugs.
Got it.
So like, see how you killed the red within the bush? You should be killing it almost like around the corner towards these Krugs.
God.
Cool. Are you playing with Sue in this one or just on your own?
No, just on my own. Sue's at work right now.
Okay, cool. Okay. Okay, we haven't even looked at mid yet. Okay, there's the first log.
So, don't know why I did this, but I was just like, alright.
Okay. Works out. This is completely fine until LeBlanc rotates. Okay, so now this is risky.
Mm-hmm.
See how Neferi doesn't rotate and your bot lane does? Yeah. Cool, so let's go back to that invade again. So I like the idea of it, even though you didn't really know. So let's pause it there. So I like the idea of this invade, even though I'm not sure if you even knew how he was pathing. But, I mean, it makes sense to have a look here, given that you just cleared your whole bot quadrant and you kind of have a little while to go to get to your top quadrant. So I like the idea of coming in here. Then what goes wrong here after you smite the Gromp? Why does this not work out?
I figure at that point I should have overstayed because Neferi wasn't rotating. I knew the LeBlanc was, which is why I tried to kind of get out and fight a little bit.
Yeah.
I noticed that we do have bot prio is kind of going because it looks like the wave is more coming towards going to their tower, which is why my bot actually rotated, which is why I dashed down to try to get to them.
Yeah. But the enemy bot still rotated first as well.
But they still rotated first.
Yeah. So what could we have done differently for this still to work out and for you to get the same stuff without you dying?
It would have been smarter had I either ganked mid first or at least put pressure to back her off. Or I could have ganked bot to back them off and then invaded.
Yeah.
Or I think the other option would have been just to smite the Gromp and get the hell out.
Yeah, exactly. That's the option you should have gone with here. Because
and I realized that as I died. I was like, fuck, I should have just smited and got the hell out.
Yeah, because at 3 minutes, it's really hard for you to expect your lane opponents to have enough prio to get into the enemy jungle before the enemy team does. That's something that can happen at like 5, 6, 7, 8 minutes where you can crash multiple waves, but at 3 minutes, it's very rare that a Nefiri or a Zerath Zeri can crash multiple waves enough so that the enemy can't rotate and they can. So you're exactly right. It's just the Gromp and get out. And I think you get a bit baited because of the Hecarim health, which is why you stay. But yeah, let's play it through again.
I do. But I also... The whole entire lobby was everybody was gold 1 and the Jenna was plat 4.
Yeah.
So it was a totally different thing. I don't think I'm used to playing with people that high.
Yeah. See how you've got no kill threat on that Hecarim? As soon as you smite that Gromp, there's no chance of you getting a kill there. The only thing that's going to happen is this, because we've overstayed. And you create a bit of chaos. Does your team win for it?
I don't think so.
Yeah, it's a 1-for-1.
It traded 1-for-1, yeah.
Yeah. Oh god, Zeri.
Yeah.
Okay.
They traded, but still not really worth.
Yeah. And that fight still probably would have happened, maybe, if you just smited the Gromp and then rotated out. Like, that fight may occur, that fight may not occur, but you won't die if that fight does occur. Because you're already out.
Gotcha. So, do the same invade again, smite it, and just get the hell out next time instead of staying.
Yeah, because of how you path, like you looked bot, then you looked mid, it was your only viable option before you walked to your top quadrant.
No,
Nice.
Bel'Veth this is the champ I kind of started playing jungler on, which this is the one that got me into jungling.
Nice.
I just thought that Jarvan is a better pickup because he's much easier to get into, and this has a much higher skill cap.
Yeah, I agree. But you're still pretty good on your Bel'Veth. Cool.
Thanks.
I like you helping him out. That gank pathing was really good as well. You went straight to the middle brush rather than straight to the first brush. So you basically cut off his escape route, and look what he did. He runs into Sion because he knows he can't escape, so he goes for the 1-for-1. Nice, Nefiri gets the kill.
He overstayed at that point. Okay. So right here, I was thinking, is it cool if I back this up?
Yeah.
So I was noticing right here, I was like, okay, their waves are going to crash, and this is going to meet right in front of his tower.
Yeah.
So I was like, hopefully we get it, and then by the time he gets back, it will push. Like, it'll create a temporary freeze, but it's enough where by the time he makes it back to lane, it should be pushing back out.
Yeah.
So I did correct by pushing with him and then backing off, right?
Yes, but then he overstays, so you have to make that choice of like, do I overstay with him because you can potentially kill the Hecarim then if you overstay? So the idea here is that like Hecarim won't be able to get anything on the map if he stays top, so you can stay top as well because you're not losing anything, right? All you're doing is stopping Hecarim getting 300 gold. Whereas as soon as you leave, you're now letting Hecarim get the 300 gold for free, which is the Sion kill. So Sion's doing something wrong, but you have an opportunity here to, I think, prevent it or at least trade it. So let's play it and see what happens if you would stay for this next wave because Sion does.
Come on. What is going on? Oh, come on.
You can do it. Okay, there we go.
Holy hell. My only thing was I didn't think he actually had enough health or mana to do anything.
But what is Sion passive?
That's right. I wasn't even thinking.
Yeah, see, you even thought about it. Yeah. Because you've got the CC, perfect for Sion's passive.
Got it.
See, because now he gets 300 gold and you get Scuttle. Whereas if you stay top, you potentially deny him 300 gold and get him 300 gold.
Gotcha. But either way, he wouldn't technically die.
I think either way he might die. Like, it's still a very high chance that he dies because he's doing the wrong thing. But the Scion passive makes you overstaying their work. I think if it was any other top lane champ, it's probably not worth it. Unless it's like a Karthus.
And then I'm trying to get better at like moving. I know at the beginning I wasn't, and then I was like, "Fuck no! I need to start moving the camera more." So I try to pay attention to fights a little more.
Yeah, yeah, you're getting a little bit better here.
And I'm trying to make sure to start kiting more.
Yeah.
Near the end. And I pinged that just because I knew she warded.
Okay. Yeah. So why do we think this gank is going to work?
I don't at all.
Okay. Okay, so why did we go for it?
I think just enough because I hadn't really put any pressure mid at all, and I was transferring to bot side, so I wanted to just kind of knock her health down some more and see what we could get out of it.
Okay, let's pause. Let's pause it for a sec. Okay, yeah, sorry. Finish that thought.
So it was more of just trying to actually put some pressure mid in general. But I know that it also shows where I am on the map and like gives away what I'm doing.
Yeah.
So
it also feels like it's token effort. So like similar to top, you need to think about what your top laner actually wants and what your mid laner actually wants. So your top laner there wanted that extra wave, and so you should stay there because he wants that extra wave. It's kind of wrong, but if you stay, you make it right. Then in mid lane, like if you go back 15 seconds or 10 seconds and look at the wave state of mid lane. Back. Look at this wave state. Look what Nefiri's going to be missing out here if he helps you gank this. So like as a mid laner, you would never want your jungler to gank right now because you have half a kill's worth of minions. Yeah, and it becomes almost like a 2v2 because those creeps, if they attack you, you're going to lose a bit of health. So it's just a super unoptimized gank.
Okay.
Whereas if we looked bot, we can't in this situation. I would have thought we just keep pathing straight towards bot. Maybe we do our raptors on our way. But I see bot as the better gank here.
Okay.
Plus, bot has gank setup, whereas Nefiri doesn't really have gank setup.
Yeah.
The only way you kill the blank, is if she fucks up.
Yeah. Got it. Okay.
So I get what you're doing. Like you're like, I feel like I need to help out this mid laner, but I'm pretty sure that Nefiri got a kill. I think they're doing okay.
Yeah. No. They killed LeBlanc early on.
Yeah. Yeah, so you don't need to show them any love, even if it's like fake love, just to stop them tilting. Okay, nice. Cool.
Sorry.
No, it's all good. And you do provide pressure, which could now technically give you prio on something in like 30 to 60 seconds. So it gives you temporary prio in mid lane in the next 30 seconds.
Yeah, but all that's taken away right here by the Hecarim.
Yeah. Cool. Why was he able to do that? You showed mid.
Yep.
Yeah. And now you're being tracked probably for the next 60 to 90 seconds. Yeah. Cool. Imagine if we path bot instead of mid.
All of that would have been prevented.
Yeah. This is why the map, like looking at your map, is super important, like us, and scrolling to your camera positions, like your ally cameras. Or positions on the map, I should say. And then also thinking about what your team actually wants, rather than I just need to gank this person, or I just need to do this.
Yeah, that's why I came back and was like, okay, he's trying to shove this in.
Yeah, that's a good shove. See how it crashes? That's why that shove is good, and the top shove doesn't work, because it didn't crash. So every laner wants to crash the wave before they recall. So you're doing the right things. You're pushing the one wave, but you're almost just doing it because you have, as a jungler, I need to push this wave to help my top. But in reality, you got to actually think about why they want it. It's because they want to crash it so they get a free recall, or the best recall possible. And now Sign's going to get a lot of deaths just from the int strategy. That's not preventable.
Nope. Janna's good, though.
Yeah, Janna's really good into your team comp because she's very good disengage.
Yeah. Plus,
cool.
I almost played another game of Bel'Veth, but it was like a Janna Poppy was the team that we're fighting against, and all of us were dashes, and I was like, yeah, this is not good.
Nice. This is good. You punish the Hecarim for going top. I mean, it's a shame Nefiri dies there, even though it's quite obvious where Hecarim would be, but you can't prevent that.
Nope. And then I looked at his timer, and I was like, okay, I can probably shove this in.
Yeah. Yeah, you're giving yourself temporary prio in the mid lane, because that means LeBlanc can't come and kill you, or if she does, she's losing things. Nice. Cool, so this is actually a relatively safe Rift Herald, as long as Hecarim's not in your top side jungle. Because we just know he ganked top to mid, which means he's probably going to go into his bot quadrant, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Because he just ganked bot, into top, into mid. So he's basically playing vertically down jungling. So this is actually a really good Rift Herald. You gave yourself like temporary prio as well in mid, which meant LeBlanc was never going to roam to that. So it was really smart.
And I know that Sion is like constantly pushing, so that's why I was like, I need to shove this so I have full prio.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then I should have went top instead of doing this.
Yeah, you don't even look top. Look at this. You're not even looking.
No, because so I'm not looking, but I was staring at the mini map, and I know that's not the same thing.
Yeah, it's definitely not the same thing. It's an excuse. It feels like the same thing, but it's just lazy.
But I can't see what abilities are being used. I can't see anything.
Yeah. You can't see how low the enemy is either. You can see how low Sion is. Cool. Let's see what we do with this Hecarim kill. Nice. This is good. I think it's all cleared, but it's still worth a look. Yeah.
I get Raptors. That's it.
That's okay.
Because I know that I'm looking at his timer, and I was like, 4 seconds. I need to clear this. LeBlanc is missing. He's gonna have home guards. I need to get the hell out of here and reset. Yeah,
and your whole team reset as well there. So like, hard for you to do anything. Okay, cool. I'd love to see you path straight to bot lane, which I assume is what you're gonna do. You can always pick up a control ward there. You're wasting a lot of time.
Yeah, I was trying to figure out for boots. Which I should have. I was realizing right then. I was like, I have to start paying attention more at the load-in screen, like what I have, what I'm fighting against. Like,
you should know your 15. Yeah, you should know like your 15-minute build out. Pretty standard. Like during loading screen, that's when you think about Merc Treads, or is it Steel Caps?
Yeah.
Cool. Let's see the ganker out. Okay. Okay, imagine if we ganked towards their turret rather than... Yeah. Okay, so let's pause this again. Why doesn't this gank work even if you gank it correctly?
The gank path was completely off.
Yeah. What about before that as well, like top and mid? Do bot lane really want this gank? Look at their health and mana.
No, but I knew that but from looking at it, I was thinking that like Xerath still had mana with range. And I knew that both of them were low, so I was hoping that we could get like a quick cleanup.
Yeah. I just don't think the reward is worth it. Yeah?
Would it have been better right here? Like right here? So you see Janna flash.
Yeah.
Should I just have went in right here? Like straight into lane rather than going up?
No, you always walk around. It's still the best route.
Okay.
Yeah. See, you even path. See, look at this incorrect. That's like 1 second of incorrect pathing. And then you also do some more here. See how you go straight for that brush? Look where they are. Yeah. And then that was really unlucky camera positioning. You need to work on that a little. Yeah.
Yeah. That happens to me every now and again.
Yeah.
I just forget. I forget to hit spacebar.
Yeah.
To clean it up.
Yeah, so that whole gank is just never on because of your Zeri and your Xerath HP. And again, Hecarim gets a bigger lead because of that. So, like, you've enabled... Like, this Hecarim's played okay, and he's gotten some kills that you couldn't have done anything about, but there's also been... He's gotten quite ahead because of some very preventable things you've done. Alright, cool. What's happening in 50 seconds?
The dragon, which is why I pinged Rift Herald to see how long I had to know to drop it.
Yeah. And what else is happening at 14 minutes?
My red side.
All plates drop. So you want to try and get that Rift Herald off before plates.
Gotcha.
So this is good. Technically, we're getting the wrong prior. See how Hecarim's getting the right prior, but I don't think that's necessarily wrong because now you're basically trading, which I think's fine. Cool. I would like to see you leave this because LeBlanc's shown, and Sign can get this on his own, and Set's not here. Yeah, I'd rather you just go straight into here because we know Hecarim's going to take potentially your bot quadrant. And oh wow, okay.
I misplay this entirely.
Yeah. Wow, why the hell did he stay there?
I don't know. I did not expect him to come up.
Interesting. It's also another reason why you sticking around for that turret. You get the gold no matter what because Rift is basically an extension of you. If you summon the Rift, you get the gold no matter what. As long as the Rift's alive, you get the plate gold, you get the turret gold.
Got it.
So move there because I think you actually get those Krugs before Hecarim shows up. So even though Hecarim does something unorthodox, because you're keeping the tempo as efficient as possible, you're not just sitting around looking at the Rift Herald kill the turret on an uncontested turret. Because Set's dead, LeBlanc's shown, and we know Hecarim just ganked bot. So there's no one else top.
I should have definitely just tucked the Krugs and then dipped out rather than hanging around. I 100% agree. And I realized that once I did it, I was like, okay, I need to be a tad bit more careful.
Yeah. Cool.
Yep, nope, I die here.
This gank bot is tough again, just because of your bot lane's positioning. Like, it's really hard for them to make this work. So let's go back to the gank. So yeah, here's good. Cool. Okay, so you skip red, nice. So see how again this is really hard with the Xerath. So let's watch it. They're taking so long to respond. That's why this works. That's why this goes really badly.
Yeah, I should have realized that. but I was focused on trying to like dodge Ezreal stuff and wait,
Yeah.
like tide the Janna
Yeah.
stopwatch. So I kind of what is the word I'm looking at? Tunnel vision.
Yeah.
And and rather than paying attention to them, which caused me to stay like overcommit.
Yeah. And I think this gank works if you haven't like kind of died so much and the previous bot lane ganks didn't kind of go kind of poorly. Like I think this gank is actually a lot more successful if you're a little further ahead. But because you're not, the Xerath was like on 20% health, so you couldn't really commit. It's just such tough ganks for you because of how strong Hecarim is now and because of how behind you are from earlier game choices. I mean, at least Hecarim's not taking Dragon now.
I think they take it right.
Okay. You haven't even looked though. You're just assuming that they're not on it because of the ward.
It's ward. Yeah.
They can pull it out though, but they're not. Yeah, nice, cool. Look at the Scion work. So this is like cool that like all that work into Scion has actually worked out quite nicely. It's got a lot of pressure. Okay, we see someone take vision just above you. Cool. Cool, so we look for a ward over potentially helping the Fury. No way, Janna gets baited to that. Okay, nice. Oh, unlucky. Nice. Oh my god, he does so much damage.
He does so much damage.
Yeah, he's level 12. Yeah, he's just so far ahead.
He ends up, like, end game, I think we ended up surrendering, but I think he was, like, 4 levels ahead of everyone.
Yeah. It's the only chance to stop the Hecarim is those early game mistakes.
Yeah.
Alright, cool. I think we've seen enough here.
Okay.
Awesome. So it's similar to that other game, but it's slightly different problems of, like, you're doing a lot of the right things. Just some things are going wrong. I'm just trying to get up our previous notes. Do I have them somewhere?
I figured, and then correct me if I'm wrong, I figured it didn't matter if I was playing Jarvan or Bel'Veth on this. I was just trying to work on the fundamentals.
Yeah.
Overall.
Yeah.
This is the first ranked game I've done this season. I have not had much time this past week. Work has been insane. I've been doing like a couple ARAMs with Sue.
Yeah.
They're quick right before I go crash out, but I'm so tired by the time I get home. Because I think it's been like 115 here, and it's been 10-hour days in the sun.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, like 40, I think it was at 40 degrees Celsius or something your time.
Yeah. Fucking hell. Yeah, that's fair then. That's okay that you haven't had that much time to play then.
Well, I just feel bad because I told you I was going to be playing a lot more, and I made like this at least 6-week promise with you, and I feel like I'm not really holding up my end.
Yeah. I mean, that's okay. It's life before League. It's fine. We can always just like delay it a bit until if you get more free time, we could just kind of kick it up then again. Or we can keep doing it like this.
I think it's I think now everything's situated and it's going to be a little bit easier.
Yeah.
So it should be good.
All right. Nice. I'm just going to share screen and we'll go through some points on that game.
Yeah.
That's good though that it's only a temporary pause because you're doing so much with such little practice at the moment. It's going to be amazing to see what happens when there's like a little bit of a mini grind going on.
Yeah, I am excited. That was the first game that I did for the season on that account, and it placed me silver 1 so far.
Yeah, nice.
So, and that was a loss. So I was surprised. I think it's because they added in the emerald, so I'll probably hit gold pretty quickly now.
Yeah, I think probably, yeah, like I think gold 2 is the new gold 4 is what I'm seeing so far. Around that.
That makes a lot more sense then.
Yeah.
I was like, how the hell? Because I've been seeing so many people gold, and I'm like your mechanics are substantially worse than mine. Like, how are you?
Yeah.
How are you gold? But I forgot the emerald thing.
Right, cool. So watching that Bel'Veth game back, I also think when you say something like, it doesn't matter if I pick Jarvan or Bel'Veth, like the fundamentals are the same. I agree, given that the champion kits are very similar, but I think your skill levels on them are slightly different. So like it's fine to say that kind of thing because they are technically the same champion. If you like had to group champs, they're very similar. But they are slightly a little bit nuanced. And I could tell there, your Bel'Veth, you're doing some scrappy stuff. Like there was some missed cues. There was some like overcommits that maybe wouldn't have happened because you've just had a few more Jarvan games under your belt. And so you're a lot more used to it.
I actually have way more Bel'Veth games. I just haven't touched her since I started playing Jarvan.
That's what I mean. So it's like...
So extremely rusty.
Yeah, exactly. So it's just the rust, and that comes off in 1 or 2 games. So I think that's fine. Given that those mistakes, I don't think they really cost the game or anything. But yeah. Okay, what did we learn?
So wait, before we start, quick question.
Yes.
Would it be okay to continue playing Bel'Veth, or should I just stick with Jarvan?
Your Bel'Veth seems fine. It's just it's a harder version of Jarvan. I see it as, but it's also a bit more snowbally. So I think let's give it a go. Okay. You've got some pretty good baseline skills on your Bel'Veth, and you're not one of those players who's gonna like play so much that you'd like autopilot on Bel'Veth. That's kind of like the most dangerous thing on champs like Bel'Veth because they are a little bit more intensive. So I think it's fine.
Yeah, and I think since we've been working together, I have stayed away because I used to just full clear on Bel'Veth consistently, and now I'm full clearing until I see potential, and then I'm either trying to gank or put pressure or invading rather than just full clearing my own side.
Yeah, I really like that. Yeah, you don't have to full clear on Bel'Veth, and in your rank, you really shouldn't be. Unless you're playing like Karthus or something. Like it's very rare you full clear.
Yeah, but that's because you full clear and then you still invade and kill people.
Yeah. Because
Karthus jungle is just dumb.
Yeah.
Like sub 3-minute clear is pretty insane.
Yeah.
So what I would say is I learned I think I am getting better at differentiating out the like waves to push, but I am not paying attention to their health bar or their mana when I am approaching a lane for a gank. So I think better identifying that would be much better. It's something I really need to focus on.
Yeah.
I would say that while I am, like, for example, the Scion that died top, I am better at identifying when my teammates are making mistakes, but I'm not really seeing the potential to capitalize on their mistakes.
Yeah.
So that's something to pay attention to. So, like you said, notice that Scion's passive means he still does damage when he dies. He's not just a free kill and then it's a 1v1. It is essentially still a 2v1, and I have the CC, or therefore can follow up and make it viable.
Yeah, and it's and put yourself in the lane you're ganking shoes before you gank, and think, do they want this gank, and like what do they want after it? That's all you kind of have to ask yourself. Like if I was the Scion top, and the jungler came, ganked, we got the kill, but my wave doesn't crash, I would probably stay and greed for the top, like. Or maybe you wouldn't, but it's like if he does that, that's how you've got to think about it. You've got to think, okay, he wants that, so I'm going to help him get that.
Okay, well let's make it a little bit safer if we can, and see what we can get out of it.
Yeah.
For the invading, realize that especially in the first 3 minutes, to identify that really not any lane has, like, no lane has priority that early on, and that basically get what you can and get out, rather than just griefing a kill for overcommitting.
Yeah, I think smite and run is like completely fine because that's what starts the Hecarim snowball. You actually show really good initiative going into the jungle, and then all you have to do is smite and run because that's going to tilt the fuck. Like, imagine if Hecarim did that to you. He just smites and runs out. Like, it'd be so fucking annoying.
He did it on the chickens.
Yeah.
But it doesn't really like. I was like, okay, like I expect that out of a Hecarim because they're like they're stupid fast for no reason.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. I think I got better at identifying when to go for objectives rather than focusing on them. But still need to clean that up a little more.
Yep. I agree. I think you're also better at
I think going for like I was gonna say that.
Yeah.
I'm paying more attention where I'm like, okay, he popped bot. His top should be clear right now. I'll go take scuttle and work my way backwards, and then possibly gank if that is also an option.
Yeah.
But capitalizing on where he pops up.
Yeah. And I think if we eliminate those silly deaths to the Hecarim, all that trading you were doing, you guys would have actually stayed in that game a lot longer, and I think it would have gone a lot differently.
I think we could have won had I not overcommitted
I
as
agree.
much as I did.
It was a winnable game for sure in that first 10 minutes.
The beginning, we were winning.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like the Scion was already at an inhib turret, like less than 12 minutes in. Like that's pretty damn good.
Yeah. And it was a lot of the reasons why your team were winning was because of the things you did. So you did a lot of really good stuff that got your team ahead. It wasn't like they won their lanes on their own or anything. You contributed to everything. It was just then some of the more nuanced stuff, like when you gank the mid laner, when he wants to just farm,